Good morning, children. So today we are going to we have already started this next chapter, the Piper of Manas, and in the live class we have discussed half of the chapter already. Up to page 51 we have already discussed about. So those who were not present, I'll just give a brief of that. So the previous the thing which we have already covered up in the previous class, those students who had already attended, you can skip to some of the point, and let's talk in brief here. So what happened, the scene which is presented to us, that's a very dangerous kind of scene which is present in the very beginning. That is, the scene was full of flood, and it was lightning, it was thundering, it was raining heavily. And what happens, there was a doctor whose name was Dr. Subhendu Phukan. He was traveling somewhere, and he finds, actually he was not traveling, we'll get to know that means later, that he was on the boat, okay, with one of his companion, and then he felt something was there on the tree, and he saw that what happened is, it was lightning, it was thundering, no? So due to that lightning effect, what happened, it could be seen everywhere because it was a time of night, and due to the lightning effect he could see that a baby rhino was stuck between the tree trunk and your tree's branch, sorry, what I'm saying, tree's trunk, and yes, between the tree's trunk and between the branches. If you see here in the second paragraph, in that second, Dr. Subhendu Phukan saw something on the branch of a tree barely above the water level. So when he saw closely, wedged dangerously between the tree trunk and the branch was a baby rhino. So he saw that the baby rhino was stuck between the tree's branch and the tree's trunk. So what he did, he told his companion to take the boat towards towards the tree, and so that he could somehow manage to take the rhino off the tree. So just when he somehow just took the rhino from the tree, what happened? The tree fell down. The tree's branch started breaking, and it fell down into the water just after Dr. Phukan had taken the rhino back, and just for 1 minute the rhino was saved. If they had been a 1 minute late also, the rhino could have been washed away with the flood water, but somehow he got saved. So now somehow the companion managed the movement of the boat, and the rhino was taken to control of the Dr. Phukan. And then what happened is, here it said that as rain began to fall again, the doctor wrapped the calf in his raincoat and slowly steered the boat back to safety, and then they came back to safety. Now the baby was also safe, and they themselves were also safe. So the baby rhino was lucky, but what happens is, every monsoon this happens, this same thing it happens, that every monsoon season it rains very heavily, and what happens is, but this year it was something particular, it was something specific. Why? Because the rain was not stopping, it was not having any kind of pause, it was raining heavily day by day, every day. Most of Kaziranga was underwater, and hundreds of animals had been washed away, and most of the animals had been washed away with this flood water. Among them may have been the mother of the rhino calf, and they just thought that maybe along with that flood water the rhino's mother had also been washed away, and that's why maybe the rhino calf was alone. Now Dr. Phukan, he was a veterinarian. If you know what is veterinarian, then it is a doctor who treats the animals, okay. So he had come from Assam's other well-known national park, and he had come from Manas, okay. Manas National Park to help in the rescue operations. Back at the camp, he attended to the rhino calf, and while he saw the rhino calf, he examined him, and he saw that he did not have any serious injury. He was not hurt or anything, but he was to be kept under monitor. Okay, he was to be kept under monitor for another 48 hours. Okay, so then coming to a decision, Dr. Fukan, he took the necessary steps what needed to be taken, and then what he did, he took permission and he moved to his own place. Now his two children, Arnab and Radhika, came running out when their father got home and squealed delightedly. Now we get to know that when he came to his house, after he came to his house, he had two children. Dr. Fukan, he had two children, that was Arnab and Radhika. Arnab was 10 years old and Radhika was 5 years old. Okay, so both these children, they were so happy while seeing the baby rhino that they started shouting very delightedly. They were so happy, and the shouting was not that loud kind of noise or anything, but they were shouting, they were expressing their joy that a baby had come to their house. The baby rhino looked at them with his little button eyes. He's so sweet, look at his pointed ears, and they were very mesmerized by seeing the cute appearance of the rhino. That's where Radhika and Arnab was all defining about the rhino's body structure and everything, and they were amazed by the appearance. He's so sweet, look at his pointed ears and this little bump on his nose. They were all pointing out that. And to that, Dr. Fukan, he said that this is the place, this particular bump is that thing which will later grow into a horn, because in future this rhino, this little baby rhino, he will become the one-horned rhino. He is after all a great Indian one-horned rhinoceros. Dr. Fukan took the calf to the stabilization center where he was to be monitored. So he took him to the hospital because he was to be kept under care. So after he went to the stabilization center, he kept him there. But after that, but what happened is he was worried because of the condition of this baby rhino. What is the matter, Devta? Arnab asked him. Is it something about the rhino? Has anything happened to the rhino? Are you worried about him? No, nothing. He needs time to adjust, that's all. But the father did not say anything to his children. But Dr. Fukan was actually very worried about the rhino. Why? Because the baby was still under shock. And what kind of situation the baby rhino was in was that the baby rhino, he was under such a shock that he did not allow anybody to come near him. He did not have any food. He did not make any movement. He was always confined within one place. He always stayed within one place. He did not make any movement. He did not want to have any food, nothing. Now you just think, if just a normal person also behaves in this particular way, what is going to happen? Is that person going to survive? And this was moreover just a small baby. It was not even a 1-year-old baby also. It was just born before some weeks. Okay, it was just few weeks old. So he was very much worried due to this situation of the baby rhino. The next day after school, the doctor also thought that if this went on, the baby would not survive for too long. This was his worry. Now we'll start from this paragraph we have to discuss. The next day after school, Arnab and Radhika went to see the rhino calf. He was lying down in a corner of the open enclosure. He was kept in a cage, but that cage from the top, it was open. Okay. He was lying down in a corner of the open enclosure. They were told that their father was out on work but was expected back very soon. While Arnab and Radhika came back from school, they went to the stabilization center to meet the rhino. And while they went to meet the rhino, they saw that the rhino was was in the cage, but the cage from top it was open. And it was also informed to the two children that their father had gone out for some work, and he would come back within some time. So since he had forbidden the children from ever approaching wild animals on their own, and the father had instructed the two children that you two will never go near the wild animals while any senior person or any elder person is not near to you. Okay, so he had forbidden them. He had instructed them that you will not go near the animals. Yourself, you will not go. They moved a little away to wait for him. So they were waiting for their father or anybody else to come. Arnab was learning to play the flute, and at that time, during that time, Arnab was learning how to play flute and always carried it with him. And he always used to carry him because I think it's a general kind of feeling that whenever we are learning something or in whichever we are interested in, we keep on doing the thing again and again. No, we like to do that. So he started to play a new tune he had learnt that day. So he had learnt a new tune and he started playing that. The lively folk tune got Radhika dancing and twirling around her brother. And while Arnab played the tune, okay, what Radhika did to the tune of the music which Arnab was playing on his flute, Radhika started dancing. Arnab had closed his eyes and was concentrating on the music, and Arnab was very nicely, he was concentrating on the music and he was feeling everything, and he was feeling the music, he was playing the music, so he was engulfed within that, he was involved within his work. When he felt Radhika shake him, Arnab's eyes were closed because he was concentrating in his music. But Radhika, she was dancing and her eyes could have been opened. No problem. He stopped playing and opened his eyes. Suddenly what happened? Radhika started shaking her brother. He stopped playing and opened his eyes. And all of a sudden, he thought, what happened? And he opened his eyes and he saw something. What was that? The baby rhino was standing just a few feet away from them. The rhino was just standing in front of them. Equally surprised, the rhino moved back a few paces. And while the rhino saw them surprised, the rhino himself also became surprised that what happened. Okay, he had now no idea what to do. Equally surprised, the rhino moved back a few paces, ready to go back to its corner. Because they had stopped everything, no? They had stopped dancing, Arnab had stopped playing the flute, everything was stopped. So now the baby rhino was conscious. Now what? Maybe they'll attack or something will happen. So now he was ready to go back to his place wherever he was. Play it again, whispered Radhika. Radhika said very quietly, very slightly to her brother that play the flute again. Let's see what happens. Arnab put the flute to his lips and played the same tune again. The calf slowly came near them, bobbing his head and squealing as if enjoying the music. Radhika stroked the rhino's back. The rhino, which was not responding to anyone, was not having its food, was not moving away from its place. It had suddenly stirred up from its place and it was standing just near to these two children, and he was also enjoying the music of the flute. And due to that music, what he did is he moved towards the two children, bobbing his head due to the tune and also squealing. The sound was of enjoyment, as if enjoying the music. And while it came towards the two children, Radhika stroked the back of the rhino. It's getting very interesting now. Dr. Fukan had returned a few minutes earlier, and while all these activities were all going on, Dr. Fukan had just reached sometimes before and watched the scene in amazement. And he had watched the entire scene, everything, whatever had happened, he had seen everything. It was true that animals responded to music. Not just cats and dogs, but even big animals like horses cantered to music. They also responded to music. But he was sure that no one had studied the effect of music on rhinoceros. Yes, other animals do respond to music, but it was never studied that what about the rhinoceros? Do they also respond to music or not? It was likely that they responded, and now with this practical experience, they could understand that yes, rhinos also do respond to the music. A rhino's learning is quite sharp, and they make a variety of sound themselves. Okay, this is one point to remember about the rhino. This is the one characteristic of the rhino. You mark this line. A rhino's hearing is quite sharp and they make a variety of sound themselves. Or could it be that this particular rhino calf was special? It might be a general thing that rhinos do respond, or they have quality of that sort, or maybe this particular rhino, this baby calf, that was different, or maybe that was special. Devta, cried Radhika, noticing her father. You know what happened just now? And while Radhika noticed that that her father was just in front of her, she ran to him and told him that did you just see what happened just now? Arnab was playing his flute and I was dancing, and the baby rhino came close to us. Isn't that wonderful? Just like the Pied Piper story. If you know the Pied Piper story that you read the last year, then you can understand what happened there. It is more fantastic than the story. After all, rhinos are much bigger than mice, replied the dazed doctor. And by the time the doctor, the father, he had seen everything, and he said that yes, it's very good that rhinos are also responding to the music. That was when the children decided to name the calf Bahi. Mark this line. That was the moment when the children decided to name this calf, this baby rhino, Bahi, because he responded to the flute and then he became well again, which meant bamboo flute in Assamia, and we call flute Bahi in Assamese, right? So that's how these two children named the baby rhino. Dr. Fukan realized that there was now a way to get Bahi back to normal. Now there was a way to make this baby rhino normal. Arnab and Radhika were only too excited to help. Arnab played the flute for Bahi every day. Radhika helped to feed the calf. Soon the baby rhino came running to Arnab every time he heard the flute, and like Radhika went round and round him as if dancing to the tune. And that is how whenever Arnab used to play the flute, he used to respond to the music sound, and whenever Radhika danced, he also moved round her. And that is how day by day, the baby started becoming normal. So this is our story, and regarding the word meanings, let me tell you. Page 49, from page 49, a bolt of lightning and desolate. Okay, yeah, bolt of lightning and desolate. Then page number 50, you have a lot of them. Steered, Brahmaputra, relentless, veterinarian, then stabilization center. I am repeating once again: steered, Brahmaputra, relentless, veterinarian, and stabilization center. And from page 51, you have Devta, open enclosure, forbidden. Concentrating, you can write only listening carefully. Okay, only listening carefully you will write. And bobbing his head. And from the last page 52, both responded to music and cantered both. So after you have finished this video, you will do this understanding the text A number MCQ questions. Okay, you will do this. Okay, so this much for today. The next day will move with the next questions. Okay, so till then, stay safe and thank you.